Chapter 2, Habit number 1. Be proactive. Imagine a book with no pages. What would you want your story to say? What would the book contain if you were to die today? Would the book have stories of people who didn't do anything because of their environment? The book could have stories of a person who took action despite their environment. Here is where we have our first principle. The principle of ownership is important. We can take control of our lives. It is easy to place blame on others for our situation. When we are in a sticky situation, we usually say that it is not my fault. But when we start to take ownership of our lives, we start to change. The principle of ownership forces us to admit that we let ourselves go, but also requires us to take ownership of the successes in our life. The first habit is to be proactive. People who are proactive are the ones who take action. They assume ownership of their life. People who are proactive don't wait for a diagnosis to make a change. They don't wait for their boss to give them instructions. Instead, they identify problems and come up with solutions. They listen to the people in their lives and don't wait for a fight to begin communicating effectively. Imagine a circle of concern to help you identify the difference between proactive and reactive people. This circle is a representation of all the things that you worry about. Maybe you are worried about paying a bill. The circle of influence is the representation of all the things you can do to make a difference. People who focus on the circle of influence are more proactive than people who focus on the circle of concern. Proactive people focus on the things they can change. One way to start is through language. Proactive people use words like I will, I can, and I prefer, whereas reactive people use words like I have to, and if only. People who are reactive think they are not responsible for their actions. Instead of saying things like, he makes me so mad, shift your focus to I control my own feelings and begin proactivity. You can begin filling the book with what you want it to say once you realize that you have a blank book. If you want to find solutions to your problems, focus on finding them instead of blaming outsiders. Take responsibility, take ownership, and start filling your pages with stories of people that took action.